We all do it in certain ways. That's the thing. Like none of us live as like terrorists, like Pardo, like whether it's like the same one as how you guys are. It's pretty like it's not super like probably on campus.
That's really good.
Yeah, like we all do it. At some point I read on the for 3 hours and I was like, oh, I'm here for it. I didn't think that I was like long passing grade. I think I just
Hello, hello! What's up, everybody? Thank you for coming to Memento Mori's Halloween special. My name is Nick.
My name is Jordan. Spooky!
I hope you're all very spooked. I have to ask, what is your costume?
You have to ask. So I'm a French person who wears glasses. Thank you very much. It's hard to find a costume these days. I had these glasses are so kooky that I thought, how could I not? When Nick said, let's do costumes this time. And the beret just comes with the dorm.
Barnard Housing gave you a beret.
And you are...
What does that mean? What does that mean? What comes with the dorm?
I actually am going to be studying abroad next semester,
Oh.
so they knew and they wanted to prep me.
This is your way of signaling to the world.
This is my way of signaling to the
Are you
world.
gonna start smoking?
And I stopped wearing contacts, so they gave me these. But I'm going to stop smoking or start smoking.
You're gonna start.
I am going to start acting cool. And I thought I might try that for a little bit.
Okay.
So a cigarette in hand, maybe a little a puff here and there, a little, I hate everything and I want this cigarette in my mouth, but I hate it so much I gotta throw it down on the floor. And I'm going to smush it with my foot. I'm going to try a little bit of
You're
that.
going to Paris.
I'm going to
Yes,
Paris.
okay.
And now we can talk about you are a medieval peasant.
I was worried that it was a little too Jedi. The cloak could go either way. But I made this tunic out of like a Hanes t-shirt, and I was looking up, it was a, you know what LARP is? It was like a LARP costume. And this guy, this like massive man who's teaching people how to make LARP costumes, and at the end he was like, you know, if you don't do the cut sleeves or the slit neck, your costume might look good from like 20 feet out, but people are gonna get close and know you're not serious. But as you can tell.
Here you look so serious. For me, here you're a jokester and a fraud.
And you see the frog
That's
at work.
disgusting.
That's kind of gross,
That's
right?
gross. That's fine. Is this real? So real question for the audience and everyone's curious, because these were sent in on Facebook earlier. Is this costume for real Halloween or just for MM Halloween?
I think it's just for MM Halloween.
Whoa!
I know.
Hey, what's for real Halloween?
Real Halloween, I'm thinking I'll do Serpico. It's pretty easy. And beyond that, I don't know. I only have one night planned.
Okay,
Yeah.
take it day by day. That's living in the present. Hello.
How about you? You got plans, or is this your real Halloween costume?
You felt judgmental. I am very creative and very spontaneous when it comes to Halloween costumes. We all remember that I was a Fresh Direct employee last year.
We all remember.
I was famously a Fresh Direct employee. And then I was a cowgirl going to take a shower. It was very specific costume. Yes, I had a robe and soap in hand. And a cowgirl hat. Then it made sense. But I don't know, it'll be spontaneous. spontaneous. It'll be fun. It'll be chill. I was a couple of leaves one year.
A couple of leaves?
Yeah, I taped leaves on my body. I just a couple of them.
On the nose description. I have a few leaves this year.
Yes, I thought it was funny. And, yeah, so we'll figure it out. It's in a long time. Like, for people to even be talking about it now is crazy.
But I feel like it's this weekend. Because
Yeah.
its actual Halloween is like a Wednesday.
Yeah,
So-
totally. Still, I got paid for it before. There it is. Okay, so
Get started?
we should get started.
Alright!
Okay.
Please welcome to the stage, guys, our first comic of the night. He just transferred here from Occidental.
Oxy,
hello.
what up?
He did pull an Obama. He's gonna become president. Please welcome to the stage. And you remember a fruit punch? Nick
Bethune!
Wow, that is not gonna work. Okay, thanks everyone for coming out. It's really cool to see so many people here. So, let's see. They kind of stepped on my jokes a little bit because the fact that I'm the new Obama is like 70% of my identity. So y'all are just gonna have to bear with it because it's just gonna be that for like 6 or 7 minutes. I did transfer here from Occidental. It's an interesting transition. Is anyone here from the West Coast?
Woo!
I don't know if you guys experienced this, but when people on the West Coast find out you're moving to the East Coast, they act so concerned. Like, every single person on the West Coast thinks that here everyone just like represses all their emotions down until it all just flares out at a cab driver, and that's their entire impression of me. But I haven't found it all. Everyone here's actually been really nice, very friendly, and I think what people are actually noticing over there is that here there's no like beaches or legal weed to cover up all that hate, so it just kind of flies out. But yeah, so Occidental. Had anyone heard of it for reasons other than Obama? Like, did anyone like look at it as a school? Yeah, a couple people. Wow. Normally, I get exactly what they gave me, which is, oh, dude, you're the new Obama, right? Like, what's your major, man? And you're like, computer science. They're like, oh, yeah, right? Like, so fun. You're gonna do such important and not at all soul-sucking things in the world. Yeah, but Obama did go to Occidental for 2 years. If you ever visit the campus, they will not let you forget it the entire time while you're there. The tour will take you through a shrine to Obama that's outside of the door where he used to live. They'll take you to a shrine to Obama that's outside of the dorm where he used to live. And then they'll take you to one in the library as well. So you'll get your fill of pictures of an 18-year-old Barack Obama smoking a joint, which they have publicly displayed on the outside. Because that's all he did there. And the best part about the fact that that's what he did at Occidental is that he just doesn't want to talk about that time in his life. He's like, yes, but I did go to Columbia too. Like, let's forget about that liberal arts education. And so the college has this kind of sad relationship with Obama where they're like, he was so here, he was just definitely on our campus for 2 years, and Obama's like, right, but he's only ever mentioned it when he was like campaigning in LA. So the students at Occidental have a little bit of like a sad ex complex with Obama. Like on May 1st last year, the day that all the like new high school students found out where they're going to college, he tweeted out like a really nice picture of him and Michelle, and it said like, the institutions you choose today will shape you for the rest of your life. And he was wearing a Columbia sweatshirt. And for a full day, if you walked up to someone at Occidental, they would just go into full like, did you fucking see it? Yeah, he did. You know, if he wants to pretend like Columbia was always there for him, and you know, that's how he started his career, like that's fine. But I know what we had, and I know that without us, you know, he would have just been another Columbia student who becomes president. But I think part of the reason Occidental is so hung up on Obama is because he is their only like reputable alumni, at least the only one who's graduated, alongside former President of the United States Barack Obama. The other famous Occidental member is former mediocre Batman Ben Affleck, who spent 2 years at Occidental and dropped out. And the reason he dropped out is that he was a film student. He was studying to be a writer. He was a young 20-year-old guy, and he brought to his favorite film professor a script. And he said, all of our discussions in class have taught me a lot about film. I would be really honored if you would read it for me, and just give me any tips you have about writing, the process, anything like that. So he gives it to his teacher, and his undergrad professor actually reads it, which is a cool thing. It was a full-length script, so she didn't have a lot of time. And he goes back in and he asks her what she thought, and she proceeds to just like shit on it for a solid 20 minutes. Just like the characters are garbage, the writing structure didn't make any sense. No one's gonna like this. She held it up and she said, no producer in their right mind would ever pay for Good Will Hunting. He wrote it with his roommate, Matt Damon, which is why now whenever he's asked about his college experience at Occidental, he says, fuck college, I know better ways to spend 20 grand. Yeah, and then the other thing about moving is that Columbia is a respectable name. Not that Occidental isn't. Occidental's a respectable name. But whoever decided to nickname the school Oxy did not have any idea what they were doing. Because when I got a packet when I was 18 that said you got into Oxy, I had an awkward conversation with my parents afterwards. Like, there's no positives to that. And when I Googled the name of my college that I was at for 3 years, it's cool to see it at the top, but it's not cool to see right below. Drug addiction? We can help. Yeah. That's Occidental. I'm very glad to be here. I'm very glad to be at Memento Mori. We have a lot of great comedians tonight. Anyone excited for Maltman? Madeline Altman? And Jordan Mendoza? Alright. Thank you guys very much. Have a great night. I've been Nick Bethune.
Let's keep it going for Nick Bethune. Woo, 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 woo. Those were his friends. And everyone who needs a seat can go. Okay, great. We are so excited for our next comedian. She already got a shout out by our previous comedian, which we love. Comedians on comedians on comedians. She's got this cool, wacky thing about her that not all college students have, which is her name has become, her 2 names have morphed into 1 name, where people are like, I don't want to call her by her first and last name. I'm gonna call her by 1 name. That's how famous she is. What? Her name is Madeline Altman, but she goes by Maltman. Let's get it going!
Hi, it was given to me.